that is something that you'll probably be saying a lot if you happen to come here in Japan. So in today's video, I want to give you some information on things that you should look out for, or things that you should know before you come here to work in Japan. My name is Danielle Dove. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and to those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. I know you have a lot of options out there, so thank you so much for even giving me the time of day. And if you are new, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button and that like button and the notification bell as well, so that you're notified when I post a new video. So I haven't done a video in a while because I had an allergic reaction to something. I still don't know what, but yeah. Even that too, I've heard that after a while, foreigners do develop allergies after moving to Japan. So, I don't know, maybe I just fell into that bracket. I don't know. Anyways, so let's get into it. So things that you should know before you move to work in Japan. I'm kind of going to do a sandwich situation. So talk about something positive, then not so good in the middle, or so-so. Here they say so-so a lot. Do we say so-so in the West? I'm not so sure if people say so-so, but I don't know so-so as a term from Jamaica. But anyways, so not so good, things in the middle, and then at the end, sandwich, something positive to end this video on a good note. So first thing on my list is it can be a very rewarding experience if you're coming here to teach, that is, it can be very, very rewarding if you approach it from a positive point of view. I know for some people, they've been here doing it for so long, it's kind of like whatever, but if you have great students or good students, then it can be a rewarding experience to educate them, especially kids. They're so innocent and so excited. It's your opportunity, to represent foreigners well, for them to see others in a good light. Because especially for us as Black people, the perception is that Black is not good, so we have to represent the culture. You know what I mean? So the next point is Japan is not the West, or wherever country you are from. It's not your home country, so be prepared or know that there are going to be cultural differences that you may face. Everything as you know it will be different. Companies here, the structure is different. There's a chain of command that you must follow to get things done, and people may take offense if you don't follow this chain of command. It's kind of like you need permission from the boss to do everything. So it's like you have authority, but you don't have authority, because everything has to be accounted for. And yes, that is the same over in the West, but here it's in such a way that I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it's like they give people, it's like the authority just as a mask or whatever the case may be. You still have to provide evidence for everything that you do here. The next point is point number 3. If you get sick, you probably won't be paid. Yeah, so most people don't get paid sick days here. So some companies do offer sick days. You get 2 to 3 days per year. Some companies don't have that at all. So if you're sick, be prepared to lose a portion of your salary. Know that you are not going to be paid, and also the traveling that you would get for that day or days, those days that you were sick will be deducted from your salary as well. So be prepared for that. If you do get sick days from some companies, it's after a period of time, so you have to prove your worth. And chances are in your first 2 or 3 years you're here, you're gonna get sick, especially if you're coming from Jamaica or a country where there's no winter and your body isn't acclimatized to those conditions. Just being overworked in general and tired, your body's gonna be run down and you're gonna get sick. So be prepared to know that you may lose a portion of your salary. Ask about those things, you know, on your interview as well, so you can get more insight. Point number 4, have thick skin. Make sure that you can't be weak. You cannot be weak. Well, I'm not gonna say you can't be weak, but if you know that you have a challenge when it comes to certain situations, then Japan may not be the place for you. And I'd say that with from experience, and just as a person who would not want somebody to, you know, come and then have to leave knowing that they cannot handle this is very difficult. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's very, very hard in the beginning, and if you don't have the willpower to tough it out, especially if in most places there is no support system at all. They'll say there's support, but when the time comes for you to actually get that support, it is not there. So be prepared to, you know, go at it alone. Most people suffer from loneliness here, just like not having anyone to talk to because of the language barrier. And if you're black, nobody wants to talk to you. You're black is bad, you know. So things like that, know that it's gonna be tough initially, but if you have that thick skin, if you can tough it out, if you've been in those situations before, then it is something that you can definitely look into doing if it is that you want to come here to teach. I'm not gonna say it's bad everywhere. Some people have had good experiences being by themselves. You get to know the people around you in your community, but that is if they're open to you, or if the person before you left a good impression on them, so they have a good impression of foreigners, you know, and or the people in the community, that is, and they will become more open to other people. But if a person before was a bad example, or was a bad person in general, not necessarily an example, but a bad person in general, then chances are they're gonna be a little bit more closed off to anyone new. So yeah, so have thick skin. And when it comes to thick skin as well, know that people are gonna challenge you. You're gonna be placed in certain situations where you're like, is this for real? This doesn't even make sense. Or people bullying you into trying to doing things, people trying to make you feel less than you are. You know, you have people who pick on others or put people down to make themselves feel better about their situation or wherever they are or whatever it is that they're going through. You'll find people like that here, as everywhere, but I find that here it's maybe worse. You know, they want to justify why they're in Japan subjecting themselves to these conditions when they're supposed to be here. So yeah, be prepared to be subjected to all kinds of situations. Have thick skin. Okay. Number 5, you'll be working with people from various backgrounds, from different countries. So be open-minded, be respectful, have a positive attitude, know yourself, have a good sense of self, and know what you stand for, because you will be challenged, and a lot of the times you're gonna have to be the adult in the situation, you know. Yeah, I found myself in that situation already, so try to not react to every single thing that you're faced with. Be the adult, be the responsible adult. Point number 6, students here, Japanese people, they learn in a particular way. So if you can, you know, research or watch some videos of schools here or anything at all. If you're coming to teach or in the general work world or culture, everything is based on routine. So routine. A B C D E F. A B C D 1 2 3. Wait, 1 2 3. Where did that come from? We've never done that before, kind of situation. So yeah, be prepared, or not be prepared, but like learn or understand how they learn, why they do things the way they do, how they do things, so that it makes for a better work-life balance when you do come here. Okay. Number 7, some companies do not offer health insurance. You will have to get health insurance from the government or the city office in the city or prefecture that you live. So know that. But it's basic health insurance. Doctor's visit, teeth cleaning. I think that's basically what's covered, and maybe pharmacy visits and stuff like that. I know for us women, we have things to do. So some companies may not cover, the coverage may not cover that. But for the most part, the health insurance coverage here is good when companies do offer it. So there is that. But the thing is, doctors here aren't very familiar with like black people or people from other races. Our bodies are different, and the drugs that they do prescribe are weaker than the drugs in other countries. So what I do is I double up on whatever dosage they prescribe, so that I can recover faster. I can't recover with the dosage that they gave. So yeah, the next point, number 8, some companies do not offer a year-end bonus. So if in my situation, the companies that I've worked for do offer bonus. I know for some companies they don't, or if you're on a certain contract, you don't get bonus, or you have to put in a certain amount of work or hours in order to qualify for a bonus, and usually that's exorbitant, if you get what I mean, so that they don't have to. Anything that they can do or find legally to avoid paying money, they do that. So be prepared, you may not. So ask about those things when you do your interviews. Ask about. Point number 9, be prepared to work in more than one location. I know for my situation when I just got here, I had four schools. If you're teaching, that is. If you're working for in another industry, you may not have to go to another location. But if you're coming here to teach, be prepared to like travel between schools, or you go to a different school each week, or twice a week. You have 2 different schools, so the situation may vary from company to company, but for the most part, people do not work in the same location all the time. Number 10, 5, your sleep pattern will change, and you'll probably develop anxiety, fatigue, stress. All of that will happen. No one can avoid it. You're coming into a different environment. Working hours will change. When I just started, I started working at 5 p.m. Who starts work at 5 p.m., right? Most people. Well, most people don't, but yeah. I wasn't used to that, from coming from Jamaica. Most people go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I started working at 5. And I had to do a whole adjustment to that routine. And then when I changed jobs, I have had to adjust again. So now my schedule is like up and down, up and all over the place. My body cannot get used to a sleep pattern. So I just sleep whenever it comes, really. And be prepared, that will happen. And the bonus tip, there are lots of holidays here. So you can get a lot of time off from work, and a lot of them fall on a Monday. So if you have a job where you don't work on weekends, you get to have a full 3-day weekend in most cases. Or if it's a holiday, you can choose to work, and some companies are open if you're teaching in a private company, not a school. You can work, or some people have 2 jobs in some situations, so they still have to go to work on a weekend when they're not going to school to work. So you can make extra money on those holiday days. Most companies are open for work, or you can just stay home. So the best of both worlds, if whatever you decide to do. So those are my 10 things to know with a bonus before you move to work in Japan. Thank you so much for tuning into my video. Thank you for taking the time to watch to the end. Please follow me on Instagram at, what's my Instagram? I think I changed it. I think it's at Being Danny. Being Danny. You can find me there on Instagram. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching.